Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the last two sets I did in order to reach Legend. I used two different teams, as I do throughout the season. I use chat recommended teams through Twitch redemptions, channel point redemptions. The first team was actually a team that I used previously, but I used it with Flash Cannon. It's from this time I use it with Rock Slide. It's a team from my very good friend Mai, who's a very talented trainer. Actually used this team to reach Legend. I think like went like 9-1 or something like that, and used it to Legend run. And I think it was suggested by Tommy Love TV, who's also a Twitch streamer, a very good battler, especially in the Master League Classic. So the team is Melmetal with Rock Slide and Superpower, Meloetta with Thunderbolt and Psyshock, and then Groudon with Dragon Tail, Fire Punch, and Earthquake. So the Dragon Tail obviously being a little bit spicy. Dragon Tail, it like almost doesn't exist on Groudon. Groudon is almost extinct from the meta, but Dragon Tail is even more rare just because it does mean that it has a worse Zacian matchup. But we're gonna go ahead and show off this first team, and then the second team is a team suggested by Johnny, which I'll talk about once I get there. So actually, I need to actually speed this up here. So I'm gonna speed this up. They safe switch into Dialga here, and this is an example of like where not only is Groudon like almost out of meta, but Melmetal as well. Like people have almost no respect for Melmetal. So they actually have two things weak to Melmetal. I do expect it to be Kyogre in the back. So I do have to go down a shield in order to win out this matchup. But this is okay. This is not too bad of a situation. I actually expected them to come into Lugia, but it makes sense to go into Kyogre just because they are a little bit. They would take some Dragon Breath damage and take the Fire Punch versus be able to farm down. I am going to commit to the Thunderbolt. So I do two. Okay, they actually catch it on Lugia, which is fine with me. And I'm going to switch here. And then I need to make sure I come out with a move. But I need two Rock Slides still to KO, even though I landed the Thunderbolt, which just shows you how crazy tanky Lugia is. I could have farmed more here, but I actually didn't want to take any charge move damage. Even a Sky Attack would put me into Surf range, and I know I can get to two moves here. So I'm gonna look to get to two. Actually, gonna throw a Rock Slide here just so I don't debuff myself. And I can easily live a Surf here, and I actually get a Thundershock through. Not that it really mattered there because they're not at 2 yet, and even if they're at 2, I could confusion them down before they could take me out. So a very nice win here to start off. But obviously they were double weak to Melmetal, which again shows you that people are comfortable running teams double weak to Melmetal. So actually switch here to Groudon. I have two very good matchups versus Giratina. And usually Groudon is like pretty okay safe switch against these Giratina O lead teams. So they actually come into Mewtwo. I didn't go up to the Earthquake, so I'm actually gonna shield this, and I think I throw the Fire Punch at the end. I think they shield, and I can't remember if I shielded. I'm pretty sure I shielded this next one. So it was very odd for me that they came Mewtwo into this Groudon. So I was a little bit worried about what was in there. So I didn't want to get farmed here, so I actually switched right away into Meloetta, and they switched into Zacian. So it was kind of odd, to be honest, that they didn't go Zacian into the Groudon, especially since I had Dragon Tail and they would double resist the Dragon Tail. But maybe they were trying to make a prediction in the back. And I get this extra confusion in, which is it's not really an extra one, it's just how the things align. I'm just gonna throw here just so that prevent them from getting to another close combat. And I'm in a very good spot here. this they would have to Shadow Ball me to KO. An Ominous Wind would not KO, and the Confusion would damage would apply. So they do come that way. Which is totally fine. I am going to go for the Rock Slides. They need 2 Shadow Balls to KO me at this health range. And they do. They got a Shadow Claw through, which is unfortunate for me, but that's quite all right. I'm gonna throw here. This in theory should be a CMP tie to the Shadow Ball. And this is okay because I'm going to switch here if they try to decide to undercharge. And this Fire Punch won't KO, but I would be able to Dragon Tail down before I got to the Earthquake, or like the Fire Punch would KO by the time I got there. So there's no point unless they had the Shadow Ball there. Then I was going to be able to easily Dragon Breath down. Or Dragon Tail down, I should say. This is like not a great situation here. I actually was very fortunate in this matchup because my opponent made a really nice play here. I let this go, and I throw the Rock Slide. A lot of times these teams actually don't have Bulldoze because they want the Stone Edge for the Lugia, and they actually for the Ho, I should say, and they actually catch the Super Power. Very nice catch by them. And I have to switch here because I'm debuffed. Maybe I could have stayed, but I was a little bit too. I didn't want to risk it. And also, I could have came Groudon here because I do have Dragon Tail and not Mudshot. And plus, I know this is Giratina, so this is like kind of a questionable play by me, to be honest. I shield this. Ends up being the Aero Blast. Meloetas actually has like some decent bulk to it. Obviously, these confusions are resisted, so this is a very questionable switch by me. But I kind of had to anyway, so I let this go. Should be a Sky Attack. I don't think this Sky Attack Oh, they actually Aero Blast me because the Sky Attack wouldn't KO. So I'm going to look to farm quite a bit here. And I'm at 90 energy. So I decided to switch to Groudon. And they make an interesting play here. Maybe they thought I had Mudshot. And that I was going to outpace them to the Fire Punch, but actually a Dragon Tail. So this is a very fortunate switch for me. They Shadow Ball me here, and they actually catch the EQ here, which is, again, a very nice catch because the Fire Punch would have been enough. Actually, the Fire Punch probably wouldn't have been enough. So, but I'm in a very good spot here. I have 2 Rock Slides. So, again, they probably thought I had Mudshot. And by the time they realized they were gonna switch lock themselves, and they decided to stay. But I definitely should have lost that game. So here comes Giratina. Again, I'm looking to stay swell because I have 2 answers here. And I believe they Shadow Ball me here. I'm gonna let this go. Because at this health I should be able to take it out with the Dialga. So take out the Giratina with my Melmetal. I decided to bait here because I want to be able to superpower them and take them out. So this Fire Punch will be able to put them into superpower range, which is quite nice. And I go into Melmetal, and I make a mistake here. Definitely a big mistake. I thought I could reach this superpower right before the Draco, but a really nice play by my opponent. And then I switch out right away here because I am debuffed. It would have been very nice to build up and store a move, but that's quite all right. It is what it is. And they actually have Zacian. Again, like they should have went Zacian into my Dragon Tail Groudon, but maybe they're worried that they wouldn't be able to take out my Melmetal. And they actually Wild Charge, which is fine. And I throw the Psyshock. And I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I'm going to just throw right away, take it out. I'm not going to worry about shielding. And I'm in a very good spot. And there's not really too much they can do at this point in time. I'm definitely going to win. I'm going to let this go just in case they boost. And they actually do boost here, which is not great. But I'm still in a pretty decent spot. I actually still did a very nice chunk of damage. And I'm gonna throw again. Again, they're looking to build up some energy, and it doesn't really matter here. I would just shield the ominous wind or shadow ball where they're gonna throw, and be able to take them out. So people are not used to this Dragon Tail Groudon safe switch. I started a little bit late here, which is not great for me. So I tried to catch the close combat here, but my opponent did a very nice job of not throwing right away. They actually went to over 100 there, and they throw here, and they actually throw the Wild Charge. They do have the close combat, but they probably thought it was. They probably saw the psychic typing. I do try to fake a Dazzling Gleam here, but to no avail. And maybe at this point in time, it maybe made more sense to throw the Thunderbolt because I think it would do more. I'm pretty sure it would do more, just slightly more, but it's not that big deal. I know they're gonna win CMP, so I decided not to throw here, and I build up to basically so that I have a Rock Slide Bang, and I throw the Superpower, and I'm gonna switch here. I really hope that I catch the Wild Charge here, that they blind throw a Wild Charge, but they obviously have close combat. And I let this go. Actually, I shield this. Actually, I don't know why I said let it go. But this is like like an almost impossible game for me to win at this point in time. I probably should have let it go, but even then, like I can live a Side Strike here. But they actually throw an Ice Beam at me, which is infinitely worse for me. So I throw the Fire Punch here, but this doesn't really matter at this point in time. Maybe if I shielded the Ice Beam and then I try to catch the second Ice Beam on Melmetal, that's like my only play there. But honestly, an Ice Beam would probably KO me, and like yeah, this is GG. And then I'm gonna do like one more Thunder Shock, but they have two close combats anyway. So I end up going 4-1 in this set and go to like 29-74 or something like that. And so my team here is Mamoswine, Mewtwo, Dialga. So I make maybe a questionable play here. I thought they were going to throw the Superpower and bail. And they actually come into Zarude here. So this is, again, questionable plays by me here. I shield this, and I throw the Psy Strike here. Psy Strike actually does not KO here because it is double resistance. Root has some like really good bulk here. I knew that they're gonna make the move there, but I decided to come with the energy. And okay, so I make a questionable player. I switch here because I know they're gonna throw the Stone Edge right away. And Stone Edge is neutral. I actually thought it was just because of ground typing, but I do not. And they actually throw here. Okay, so I wait the clock here. And I'm hoping that they just blind switch out, which they do. And they come into Zacian. Or maybe they saw it. And so honestly, I probably should have waited for them to throw before throwing. But they shield anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference. But the thing is, like, they can't throw right away because I have energy on Mewtwo. So they're actually looking to snarl me down, like shield again, shield twice and snarl me down. But the problem is here is my clock is up, and I throw the Psy Strike, and I'm able to take out the Zacian. So a very fortunate situation for me here. And they superpower me here and actually desync again, and they get another Mud Shot in, which is extremely frustrating before I can throw the charge move. So I actually desync twice there, which really sucked. Once when they came in, and then once otherwise. So Mamoswine to Giratina. It's obviously very fortunate. They switch out. They come to Zacian here. I don't have a great answer to Zacian. There's literally no such thing as a great answer to Zacian. So I shield this. I do expect it to be a play rough because they threw right away. So I'm going to throw throw one, I should say, and then I'm going to throw four. So they're 4 away from, and I throw here. So they should be 2 snarls away. No, 1 snarl away. 1 snarl away, right? Because they need 5 for the second one. I shield this. Or I let this go, actually. I let this go. Okay. I thought I shielded it, but that's fine. And actually just barely survive 1 snarl. I'm able to get this side strike off. But this is like not super ideal for me either because I have to shield. I wasn't too fussed on switch because I thought it was going to be a Togekiss in the back. As you see, my dog cam, my pups are going absolutely wild. And they actually just immediately go into Sylveon, which makes sense because they're not double weak to the back, but they didn't want me to get any more farm. And I'm just going to throw both avalanches here. And I actually should be able to make it to a third avalanche because it's only 5 to get there because you come up with a little bit of residual energy after you throw 2 avalanches. So as you can see there, get there in 5, and then I immediately swap, and this is game over, right? They have absolutely no play here, and they decide to leave that match. So Giratina, double charm, double fairy. Typically Togekiss, but I guess Sylveon makes it a little bit less weak to Mamoswine. And here comes Togekiss. So I throw 7 here. Throw it 7. And I thought they were double weak here. So I make so I do 4 more, then I switch. And I expect them to throw the Ancient Power at me. So that's why I caught it on Dialga. It ends up being an Aerial Ace, which does more damage than the Ancient Power, mostly because of stab. And as you can see, my pups are going absolutely wild. And I throw, they get to make the move here, so which is fine. And I throw the avalanche right away. I wait the clock out, and then I'm looking to swap. I think I'm stuck for like 1 more second, or 2 more seconds. And then I'm in a pretty good spot here. And I'm going to throw the Ice Beam before they make it to another move. And this Ice Beam should be enough to KO. It is neutral. And it is enough to KO. And they come into Groudon. I need to throw 2 Side Strikes. 1 Ice Beam doesn't quite KO. And they decide to leave the match because I have a shield. So it doesn't really matter at this point in time. So Ho-Oh, I expect it to be Double Dragon. But I kind of like psych myself out here. So I throw the Stone Edge. I can win the 1 shield straight Stone Edge. But I decide it's not worth it. I'm going to switch out right away because I do expect it to be Double Dragon. What I should have done was no shield here. And I shield this mostly because I want to get to this. Okay, and also there's some like visual lag there. So I thought they lagged by 1 turn, but they didn't. And I should have let this go here because I make a couple mistakes in this matchup, right? I mostly thought because this is my friend Dylan here, who's a very good battler. So I wasn't sure if he was like had something else in the back that was going to be troublesome for my team. I tried to go for the Ice Beam. They correctly throw right away. I should maybe throw the Side Strike on the CMP. And there's absolutely like no way I can win here. They actually throw the Iron Head. And there's no way I could farm down here. Maybe I could have undercharged this Iron Head, but it really doesn't matter. I tried to try to farm down here. But they're just gonna have a little bit too much health. Maybe I should did what I should did here was like 1 more mud shot. No, one more powder snow, and then maybe I would have made Avalanche there, and then I could have Dragon Breath down. I think that would have been the play, but I just made a lot of mistakes there. I should have just let the Mewtwo go and just sack it because I kind of figured it was going to be double dragon, but kind of self doubted myself when he was staying in. So very well played by my opponent there. So without Bulldoze, this is obviously a little bit different matchups. I think the Bulldoze here, I should have been able to throw the Bulldoze before the Iron Head because it's 8.5 seconds to the Iron Head and only 8 seconds to the quote unquote Bulldoze or the 8 Power Stones I did here. So they're obviously very fearful of this thing. So I decided to throw the Avalanche, and then I switch here to Daga because this is a very favorable matchup for me here. I really thought this was an Iron Head, but that's okay. They went up to like 60 energy. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take one Dragon Claw, but I'm gonna throw on CMP on the second Dragon Claw, which is a little bit of a risky play for me. But I kind of need to do it. I need to like max out my energy so I can potentially get to the Iron Head. But I actually end up falling actually a decent amount short. So what I need to do here is I need to catch, and I think they're like 5 Dragon Breaths away. So I do 2 and then switch here, and they have like one turn to not click the move, but they do, and they actually come to Kyogre here, but this is actually totally fine here because I'm 7 away from 2, and I get this. They actually have the energy now, and I throw the Psy Strike, and I should be able to land the second Psy Strike, and I'll definitely be able to outpace and survive the move in order to be able to land the Psy Strike to take out the Dialga. And I actually should have cut out the video where I hit Legend, where it showed the thing, but as you can see, I go 4-1 in that final set, make a really huge catch in order to salvage myself and actually reach Legend on this particular battle. So these were the 2 battles these two sets that I did in order to reach Legend. I was really happy with the results and really happy how Go Battle Day went. I started out at 2750 because I tanked a little bit the day previously, and I was able to climb 250 points in about 11 sets. So I had a lot of really good sets. Only a few, I think like maybe like 2 negative sets, and most of them were positive. So including these 2-4-1s to end out my run to Legend. So anyways, let me know what you think. If you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.